Social media is an emotional escape, and emotion is just energy in motion. It is once we find the ability to move this energy upwards through our spine into our heads that we can excel in life. And here's what most people fail to realize. You're not truly addicted to social media. You've just never learned how to transform your emotion, energy in motion, into something meaningful. And that's when energy stagnates. It keeps on building this emotional pressure until the mind finds some way of escape, which is usually through the outlet of social media, porn, or video games. So the cycle loops and loops until you're 40 years old, still addicted to the same things that you told yourself you were gonna quit yesterday. And this completely removes your ability to peel back layers of your purpose. Your purpose is found by peeling off these layers of this onion, but you can never peel it off when you keep on distracting yourself. Hence the low energy you experience, the low magnetism you have around you, and the limp dick you always have in the morning. Because what happens when a man keeps escaping in this habitual cycle of overconsumption? The first layer never gets peeled back. And that's why you're stuck or trapped, or whatever term you want to connect this phenomenon to. The beautiful thing though, brothers, is that the solution isn't found by looking at the consequence. Because you understand that the root cause is you not having the ability to transmute your energy. You feel emotion to do something, it builds up into desire, the energy builds up, and you do not know how to transmute this, how to transform this into a different area of your life. So you want to escape these emotions, you want to escape this feeling of high energy, and thus you start consuming things to get rid of the energy and move it towards something else that you do not need to have any responsibility over. So this tells us that not only to quit our addictions, but also to find something purposeful which we can transmute our energy towards, we simply have to find the spiritual weapons to transmute this energy. And that's what you're about to learn by looking at the breath. And what makes the breath so powerful is that it's the bridge between the body and the mind. Every emotional stage that you experience, which are thousands of different ones during the day, has a breathing pattern connected to it. When you're anxious, your breath becomes shallow. When you're peaceful, it slows down naturally. And when you're fully present in the eternal now, it deepens significantly. So what happens when you consciously control the breath? You interrupt your own emotional patterns. You become the master of your emotion. You become the master of the energy that's emotion. You become the mental alchemist that has the ability to feel energy, to feel desire, to feel sadness, to feel loneliness. And notice it simply as energy in motion. And once you realize that you can simply transfer this energy towards your head to become more creative, to become more purposeful, to become more energetic, to become a better performer in your craft, then you become unstoppable. For example, the ancient Taoists understood that the breath simply wasn't just getting oxygen in and out of your body. It was life force itself. Chinese called it qi energy, or qi, I don't know how to pronounce it. Greece called it pneuma. And the Indians, you may have heard of this one, called it prana. Different names for the same force that different civilizations who have never met each other before at that time all knew existed. They knew that it was very simple. A man who cannot control his simple own breathing system, his own breath, his own life force, cannot control his own destiny. And most men leak this energy, they leak this life force on a daily basis. Not even on a daily basis. On an hourly basis. Overconsumption, stress, anxiety, more consumption, overeating, overstimulating themselves, overworking is constantly being leaked into the worst sources you could possibly imagine. And as a consequence, the nervous system never relaxes, so energy never rises. But once again, brothers, the breath changes this instantly. Because when you breathe deep into the lower belly, your body will instantly exit survival mode and start going into rest mode. The nervous system slows down, the mind finally clears, and the emotional energy that once wanted to escape suddenly becomes available again. This is why after breath work, most of the people I speak to often feel clear-minded, energized, they feel connected, they feel ready to take action, but in a meaningful, peaceful and calm and grounded way. The energy was always there, it was simply trapped in tension. And once the body can finally move its energy throughout itself, because the longer you do this, the more it goes automatically, the less you want to escape. And that's at the end of the day the mission of the masculine man, to feel himself in the internal ever-changing reality of life. You will no longer need stimulation because your body starts producing vitality from within. That's transmutation, not discipline, not fighting yourself, not suppression. It's the only way, and you will only realize that when implementing it directly into your life. Speak soon.